All right, we are officially live. You are watching the A3K Podcast. I am Sean Russell, and joining us from left to right, we have Cody Byer from the other side, as well as the webcomic Cloud Scratcher. then, then we have David Majors, and tell the fine folks what other cool things that you do.
Oh, I do a whole bunch of stuff at DeltaJulietMike.com, the Fanny Pack Wrestling Podcast, the Nanashi Anime Podcast, soon to be the International Anime League, and of course the flagship Shooting the Shit with Two Nerdy Black Guys. And Sean Russell, for some reason, thought that I would be good on the A3K team. Hi, everybody.
All right, and next we have JD Banks, who is the host of the Manga Corner. And what else do you do for us, JD?
Well, can I say what I do besides the Manga Corner?
Sure.
Okay, what do I do?
All right.
You provide all sorts of fantastic content, which can be seen every day at anime3000.com.
Yes, and she also helps out with the articles and make sure things are edited the correct way, and also making sure that we aren't a complete sausage fest over here at Anime 3000. So
I'm a resident manga person.
Next we have Frank E. Max, also known as AW Brawler. Tell the fine folks what they can catch you doing.
Well, you can catch me anywhere from YouTube, Twitter to Facebook. I'm the creator of eastrange.net, and soon to be part of the Nintelligent Podcast, the new podcast that's coming out, which is the podcast just talk school games.
All right, sweet. And what we're basically going to be doing on this podcast is sharing out some of the things that we've been doing this week in the world of anime and manga. And after that, we're going over a laundry list of anime news items as well as discussion points. And we're going to have a conversation about that. The show is an hour long, so it runs from 11 to 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Yes, Eastern to EST, not EDT, because I believe we fell back last week. We were held back last week. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our what you've been doing, also show and tell section. And Cody, let us know what you've been doing, because it's been a while since the people have heard from any of us because we've been gone for a couple of weeks. So what have you been doing there, Cody?
Aside from still trying to get over an album that just dropped that was one of the best things I've heard in years, I've actually been...
So that 1989 album is pretty good, huh?
That what album?
That 1989 album is pretty good?
That's what I'm talking about. But aside from that, there's... I actually got caught up on the Avatar Legend of Korra series because we did a other side on it, which will be coming out soon. Supposed to come out earlier, but I've been sick. I actually recorded it while I'm still getting over the whatever I had. So I attempted to mute the mic, but some of my coughs probably still got through. So we did a whole episode on that whole franchise. So I went and got caught up, and now I'm here. That was good times. I was actually surprised at how much I liked. Like, I knew I was gonna like it. I didn't know it was gonna be full on bomb diggity. Especially, I mean, the first series was good, but then new series just kicked all the ass. I'd talk about it more, but we did a whole podcast on it. And as much as I like the show, I'm done talking about it for a while.
What show are you talking about again, just in case people just joined us?
Avatar Legend of Korra.
Oh.
We talk about that whole Avatar franchise, Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, that hilariously bad Shyamalan movie, the hilariously bad fan base, and the especially hilariously bad and infamous fan comic. A lot of people already know what I'm going to say.
Oh, yes.
Yes. You know how I became yours. We talk about that one too. That's hilarious. So that whole franchise we go over in the next episode of The Other Side. And so now I'm all caught up. It's good. I'm gonna avoid fanboying out. And that's my show and tell. And let's do the other side for the rest of it.
And next we have David. Let's show and tell what we've been doing.
I was planning on covering Youmacon 2014, the big anime convention here in Southeast Michigan, until I got in a car accident, and that kind of put that on hold. But I did attend the convention. It was a good time, and while I've been on the mend, I got to catch up with the few shows from this season that I've been mildly interested in. And I gave myself a little mini marathon of catching up on everything, and I found out that it's really good to have a catch-up time right at the beginning of the season. It makes things a lot easier. So I can say with the 3 or 4 shows that I'm watching this season, I'm all caught up, and that is fantastic. And I'm on some pretty good painkillers right now, too.
Nice. Am I sharing what type of painkillers you're? I'm just kidding.
Offline. We'll talk offline.
How about in the chat? Special feature for you that follow Anime 2000. We'll put it on our very exclusive stream. All right. So did you say which shows that you've been caught up? You're catching up on? Did I miss that?
It was along with Legend of Korra. The shows that I've allowed myself to catch up on were Parasite and Terraform Mars. Along with Legend of Korra. So, other than that, the rest of this season has been.
I like this guy.
He's turning into one of the terraformers right there.
Oh, that was.
And Psychopaths, of course, Psychopaths, because that's Psychopaths, but that's obvious.
All right, and JD, what about you?
You know me, I don't really watch anime, but there is a very popular anime right now, called Yokai-watch.
Yes.
Yes, so.
That's an anime now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's anime. Yeah, it was a video game, and now it's anime. So, all the students, they wake up. It's basically your Saturday morning thing. So you kids wake up at let's see, about 5:30 in the morning on Saturdays to watch the show. So.
Is it any good?
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. I just wanted to mention it.
Okay. Because I was actually.
I'm gonna watch it next week.
I'm glad you brought up Yokai-watch because I was looking up an article that I was going to discuss, but it really was a non-starter. It was talking about how One Piece is on its way on a decline, but the article ended up saying that there was reasons why it was on a decline. I maybe should have included it. Maybe we can just talk about it now. But anyways, one show that it was showing that was selling the most, that was outselling even some of the Sentai series, was Yokai-watch. So that I was looking at that and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. But
I have no idea how crazy these kids are about watch now. It's kind of like us crazy about Dragon Ball Z, or JoJo. It's like that, but they're little kids all the way through college. These people are.
They're SpongeBob now.
Well, they have
Give it time.
Watch.
Give it time.
They have the Yokai-watch spoons and stuff. They have Yokai-watch chocolate, Yokai-watch everything you can think of. I know they have socks, but
do they have the Yokai-watch watch?
Yeah, I said that first.
Of course.
I don't get it.
That's the first thing that came out, and but it really does replace a lot of the Pokemon and One Piece themes. So I think I can see why they say One Piece is on its way out. So, but yeah.
well,
but I haven't watched it yet.
Dipping down maybe, but I don't think it's on its way out. Like saying Dragon Ball is totally on its way out.
What? Right.
Nah.
Sure
Dragon Ball will
it
forever
is.
be Dragon Ball.
Sorry, it eclipsed Dragon Ball. It eclipsed Dragon Ball a long time ago. It eclipsed Dragon Ball when they recreated the ship.
And next we have Frank, and I totally skipped over the next person, but I'll introduce them in a second. We have AW Brawler, also Frankie Max. So what have you been doing, buddy?
Right now at the moment, I am obsessed with Jigglypuff. She looks nice in HD. But anyway, I've been catching up on my old manga. Inside joke, we're catching up on my old manga, mostly Detective Conan and Sorcerer Hunter. But as far as anime go, I've really been watching Cross Ange. I keep saying this is probably the best one of the ones that came out for this season. I mean, it has a lot of fan service on it, but if you overlook that, it reminds me of the show Freezing. It's heavy in fan service, but it doesn't detract from the actual show.
Okay. Nice. And I saw I know you're a big Splatoon person, right?
Yes.
I saw that pop up in trending, and as soon as I saw that on trending on Twitter, I thought of you. I was like, all right, the thing he always talks about is popping up on social media.
I was tap dancing like a little schoolgirl at work when I saw that. I was like, yes. So, calm down.
Okay. All right. So then that pretty much leaves me, and I actually, in preparation for this, I consumed a lot of anime and manga. I tried to catch up all the way on Naruto just so no one spoiled the ending for me. But I couldn't get through to it. There was like 50 chapters that I didn't finish, so I'm gonna try to finish that up. But we'll talk about Naruto in a little bit. But I am a little sad that it has ended. Although the anime is still running, so that's probably gonna last until next year.
It will last until 2020 because they will find ways to make more filler.
After 5, they'll do 20 episodes of filler, and another 5 episodes, 20
They
episodes.
will find ways to make more
The manga's over filler.
All you gotta do is talk to Tycoon over Bleach, and he'll show him how to do all the filler.
But I did watch a few anime series. I caught up on Parasite. Love the series. It is totally going, and it's always something new. It's something fresh, something new. Like, that's my Attack on Titan for this season. Like, I haven't had a good show since Attack on Titan ended, and Parasite is that show for me. So, woohoo! Watch it if you haven't watched it. Out of morbid curiosity, I watched I Can't Understand What My Husband Is Saying.
Ah, yes.
I watched it, and I didn't realize it was one of those 3-minute shows where, so, and they throw joke after you. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but
They
like,
got
I think
jokes and jokes.
especially the second episode, I didn't know what was going on. The things were
I
going
think
so
it's based off
fast.
of a 4-panel. I think
Yeah, you can
it's based
definitely
off of a 4-panel.
tell it's based off a 4-panel the way that they're presenting the jokes and knocking it out one after another. It did have me chuckle one time, and I'll tell you this one joke that it presented. He was
Only one time.
Yeah, he left his magazines out, like with his models and pinups or whatever, his waifus or whatever, and they're on the table. And he goes, I forget what he said. He said something like, he says, I haven't finished, I used them or something. He said something used instead of reading them, and she was like, used? And it was funny because he used it. Anyways,
He used them.
Sean, you said you read Parasite, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay, they have these toys everywhere here, so they
Hey, there it is.
Well, now I found a birthday present for Leanne.
That
Yeah,
kind of,
these-
you know that kind of, put it up again? I didn't have you full screen. There you go. That's what's his name again? Muji?
Yeah, he comes out later in the series. Well, in the old series. I read the manga. Yeah, and they're little capsule toys, right? They're selling them. They're going crazy, like this thing right here. And inside you can build your own like parasite, basically. So
Now,
they're
where do
little
you get all of your wonderful toys? I just have to do
anywhere. Anywhere here. I can go to like the grocery store and they have capsule things. So yeah, they're only like $2.
And right now, the Capsule Corporation actually exists. It's actually a real thing.
Yeah, there is a capsule organization actually, but yeah. So these things, I can get a lot more. I don't know what I'll get though. I might get a lot of these, or the original character with the one with the hand, which is what this one is here, the parasite from it. So
Cool.
yeah, so they're only $2. So yeah, they're cheap.
I'll get with you, JD, and we'll get those out to the people that are watching it somehow.
Yes.
Next,
Future giveaway.
The next thing that I watched, the last thing that I'm going to talk about, no, actually not, World Trigger. I watched a couple of episodes of that. I'm digging that, World Trigger. I caught up on One Punch Man. Love that series on the manga front. And I already talked about Naruto, so that's kind of what I've been doing. So now we are going to go to our discussion topics. And yeah, so if you guys want to contribute or you want to mention something, go ahead and use hashtag A3K on Twitter or Facebook. We're going to go ahead and try to monitor that. And if you have a comment on one of the things that we're discussing, we will read your comment. So use hashtag A3K if you want to contribute to the conversation. So yeah, so if you guys want to pull up Twitter too, just in case I miss it, just give me a shout on the group chat and let me know somebody said something interesting. So going to the conversation, we have the first topic, which is Crunchyroll, and this is a really quick thing that I noticed. Crunchyroll is simulcasting Case Closed. Now, I know a lot of you probably saying, well, already know that, and actually let me get off of me and put it on my computer. Is simulcasting Case Closed, so that's pretty cool. I mean, if you don't want to sit there and watch all 700 episodes, jeez, that is crazy. That is crazy, man. It's like, how many different variations of crimes can you have to get up to 700 episodes where the guy is...
And how has he still not grown?
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
Watch it.
Go ahead.
You gotta figure that some of these episodes have to cover 2 cases in a day, because at least 2 years should have passed. So if they're covering every single day, which I highly doubt it. So well, then again, you have The Simpsons, which is a thing. So, yeah.
In their defense, they do show some that hints at it being 2 cases in one day. In their defense, because he solves them pretty quick. This is Conan we're talking about.
That means that there's a lot of dead bodies piled up.
Yes.
Japan is a murder zone. The murder capital of the world in this universe.
All right, so that was, like I said, that was a really quick one. So
Maybe it's the same universe as the Phoenix Wright universe, and court cases can only be done in 3 days. There are so many murders.
And they just say screw the rules. At any point, you can just objection and give a bullcrap statement, and a judge will believe you.
I like to think Conan takes place in the same universe as like some of those USA shows like Monk and Psych. It's just this universe where people are just dying all the time, so these select brilliant people can solve the crime. It's just death everywhere, and then quirky.
Then the police chief never gets fired.
But he's always 2 weeks away from retirement.
The next one that we're going to talk about, and this is the elephant in the room. Now, the Naruto manga has finally ended, and before they could even release the final issue, guess what? There's a brand new installment of Naruto planned that's going to be coming out. So,
get ready for Naruto: The Legend of Korra, everybody.
You know what they're gonna do?
Well, then I'd finally watch Naruto.
You know what? They're gonna troll us. They're gonna get right there and be like, the new manga is actually Rock Lee spinoff. Really?
Well,
No, what it's gonna be.
this actual new manga is gonna be the kids of the Naruto, Sasuke or whoever. I didn't watch the final episode, so I'm assuming that they all make it and they have kids, and it's gonna be like pretty
To
much
all the
that.
shippers out there, just hang on.
I like to
You
think
know what?
the new manga is going to be a slice of life that's going to show the home life of Naruto and Sasuke after they're married.
Pretty much.
Sounds about right. But
That's
it's
just
not gonna be
all what goes on in
or
that last
if-
chapter.
Or
The other
if
thing
they
is that
do
it's
end
not
up
gonna
marrying
be-
women, it'll look a bit more like Brokeback Mountain with Naruto and Sasuke.
Sasuke, I wish I could quit you!
It's not going to be written by Kishimoto. It will be written by one of the writers from the movie. So that's another.
Because that always works.
Yeah, right.
So
So we're gonna have Naruto and Sasuke married, and Hinata is gonna be hung herself because Naruto never recognized her.
Oh, that poor
So-
girl.
Couldn't I hold his blood hand with my blood hand?
it's not going to be a long running series. It's set up as a short. So I think it's just kind of fill a little scratch. But who knows? They might extend it once they realize they like money. So that's. Any comments on this? What do you guys think? Do you think it's a good idea, bad idea?
He needs to
They should-
die.
They should take Bleach's lead and just stop and be done with it and just go.
It's funny you mentioned Bleach because that's what I'm thinking when I hear them. Like, okay, filler. They're gonna find a way to do a lot of filler, stretch the anime out, and then do this. They're gonna do a Bleach.
Well, Bleach just did what Inuyasha did. Just got so bogged down with filler and catching up with the manga, it's like, fuck it, anime's done. I don't care if nothing's resolved. It's just done. It's just done, okay? Shut up.
Just got this from PD Rave over on Twitter. I assumed the end of Naruto was revealing that it was all Bob Newhart's fever dream after Bad Sushi.
Oh, nice. For you kids out there, that's a reference to
Ask your uncle. Ask your Uncle Sean.
Bob's your uncle. Yes, that's a reference to. That's the Bob Newhart show that he woke up and realized.
Yep. And in the end, it was all a dream.
Tell that guy he's my new favorite person.
Oh wow, that's good times. The next article that we're going to talk about is Attack on Titan attraction features life-size Titans, and this is from Universal Studios in Japan. In addition to the Attack on Titan, they're also going to have a 4D Evangelion event as well. So,
There we go.
That's awesome.
Can I just say, I like Attack on Titan, but it was just one season. Everybody really needs to just calm down. It's a good show, but it's only one season so far. So
but I think
everybody just
it's also the
relax.
manga as well. The manga is pretty big too, and that's
I
way.
know, but it feels like we're just going way overboard with Attack
David, I
on
don't
Titan.
think you understand. What else is there? This is all we have as anime fans. We need this.
In your opinion.
I will continue waving the flag for Psycho-Pass. I don't care.
Well, I would say, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Psycho-Pass, but I would put Attack on Titan over Psycho-Pass for a lot of reasons. But
Yes. With Attack on Titan, I get it. I do. But let's not get into Evangelion territory with the over merchandising, please. Can we not?
Well, the thing of that, the reason I'm actually for the over merchandising here is because if interest is kept, you'll get more of the anime. Because if they, left off and then the manga kept going, as long as this merchandise shit keeps the ball rolling and people paying attention to the franchise, it's more of a chance that we'll get a continuation in the anime. So by all means, mark it away. Just keep people remembering what Attack on Titan is, because the average motherfucker's got ADD up the ass. They'll forget if you don't keep reminding them. So you just keep reminding them. I mean, fuck that Evangelion thing. Tear that statue down and make another Titan. But the point is, you got to keep people remembering Attack on Titan so we get more out of it.
I just don't want to have to explain to the normies in the world why there's another story about some sort of Titan fetish arrest or autoerotic asphyxiation from some sort of Titan fetish. I just don't want to have to go through that.
The Titan, I hate to tell you, the Titan fetish or macro fetish has been around way before this.
Yeah, I just...
It's
already so hard.
Roll 34 and find all manner of characters the size of a city, pleasuring themselves using a monorail.
I just want to meet the guy who makes Attack on Titan and just turn it into something that Cody hates. Let's add some schoolgirls with short dresses and junk on there. Let's add a couple of talking frogs.
What kind of monster are you?
That's what I'm saying. I like the cut of David's view.
As he promote Pepsi.
I'll kill all the things like Pepsi.
They promoted pizza. They have pizza.
Oh, that's appropriate that you have Pepsi and we're doing an anime podcast. Because Pepsi's like all over anime. You just have the Pizza Hut somewhere in your room now.
I actually had Pizza Hut a couple days ago. Isn't that funny?
You know, I've always seen actual stores in manga, but the first time I actually saw an actual store in the anime, I was watching Scientific Railgun, and it was a pizza. I was like, oh, it's really a Pizza Hut. It's the first time I saw an actual real store.
And since we're on the
store anime with Pizza Hut in it is Code Geass.
Yeah!
Woohoo!
You had so much Pizza Hut she got one of those mascot plushie things. And that was her little light.
If you're at an anime convention and you're doing a panel on Code Geass, you should serve out free Pizza Hut.
Yes. And I'll go to all the Code Geass panels.
All right, the next topic we're going to talk about is Attack on Titan and Marvel Comics. They're going to be crossing over.
This is insanity. And I love it.
Actually,
this is
wonderful. Happening soon. Actually, it's happening on November 15th, and it'll it'll debut in Brutus number 790. So right now, the creator and artist of Attack on Titan, Hajime Isayama, he's providing the cover and sticker for the story. So right now, they don't know if they're going to release it outside of Japan though. Right now, so
they will. There will be demand for this.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to throw this one out there. Guys. The Colossal Titan versus the Incredible Hulk.
Well,
yes. If Hulk smashes a Titan, I will watch that show. That's how you give me watch Attack on Titan. I must see Hulk smash a Titan.
Hulk versus a Titan.
So I might be able to see it while I'm here in the next week, actually. So
take some pictures.
Let us know.
I will definitely tweet about it. I do.
And then the next thing that I want to talk about, and I think this is although I'm a huge Naruto fan, I think this is the biggest news of the week. That and I think it was broken on the Nerdist.com, which is I think they're getting into anime now since Funimation and them are like now besties. They are going to be doing more shows where they're releasing English dubs at the same time as the show's broadcasting in Japan, and they did this with Space Dandy.
That's pretty impressive.
And speaking of Psycho Pass, they're going to be doing it with Psycho Pass as well. So that's pretty interesting. So I think this is huge because as an anime fan, as long as I've been covering anime.
Back in my day,
we used to have to wait 2 years for a VHS copy. No, honestly, we did have to wait 2 years for a VHS.
Yeah.
But you're laughing, Frank, because you're like, what's VHS?
Oh no! I grew up with people just having VCR, eat it up, and you gotta rewind it with a little pencil. Get my tape back in there.
Gotta get that tracking.
This was long before Monica Riel was asking everybody, "What is anime?" And
over and peel the tape away with a butter knife because it got caught up in the gears. Like, come on.
And it was like a third generation recording of a recording of a recording, and it was kind of staticky, and you can only see like half of the screen because of all the static. But man, we've come a long way. It's great. It's awesome. It's wonderful.
And now I
Give you
can't
30
sell
minutes just to...
attention VHSs. It's worth nothing.
I'm so sorry.
Oh man, now we're in an age where all we have to do is lose our power, and we lost our whole collection of anything.
But you know what? I think this pretty much takes the whole sub versus dub debate and kind of puts it to bed, because you can pretty much watch whatever you want, whichever one you want, and shut up.
Damn it, David, you don't understand. People have to watch what I watch.
Well, that's your opinion, and I think I respect your crazy-ass opinion.
You don't know what anime is.
Well, the outburst.
I
I
know
think
what
they come out sooner or later. The
No
snap.
true anime fan is gonna do that because it's
You're not even
opposite of what I think. You're not a real fan.
I live anime, okay? You're just a casual. You're just running around with your mom and your dad. People, you don't even
I bet
talk
you
to
still
people
call it
about you.
Japanimation, don't you? You still call it Japanimation.
You don't even know what to say. Do you? Adjust glasses.
All right, that was
This is great for everybody. I think this is great for everybody. I love it. Way to go, Funimation. Thank you, base Funimation, once again.
Funimation owns my soul. They do. And shit like this is why. This is great. This is great for me. I don't have to wait anymore. You just get that shit now. It's like, I'm not like, because I'm usually like, oh, wait.
Did Funimation do Excel Saga?
Maybe?
Say it again.
Was Excel Saga Funimation, or was that someone else?
Funimation bought it. It was
I think-
ADP.
Ah.
All right, so the next bit is going back to some Naruto news. There's a release date. as
See?
the manga
It won't
comes
die! It won't die!
Yes, you know.
Leave it.
So yeah, so it looks like it is still, there's still more Naruto that you can expect to see, and then probably when the anime ends, we'll have this conversation all over again. Oh, now this is really the end of Naruto, but guess
Did
what?
Naruto and Hinata bang yet or not? Just, come on.
No, obviously it's Naruto X Sasuke. Did you not
yes,
see the...
yes. I agree. I completely agree. That's what it is. I just feel bad for all of the fangirls out there that aren't into Naruto Sasuke, that want it to be Naruto X Hinata.
You know what's going to be scary if they did? Is if they continue that story, and Hinata gives up, and she just says, screw it, Rock Lee. Imagine how awesome that ninja child would be. Yakugan with Rock Lee taijutsu.
I'm going to go with the guy I'm pretty sure is heterosexual.
And in that show, it's pretty much Rock Lee.
And
Yeah.
speaking of things that just won't quit, guess who's back?
How'd I know?
Guess
Yoshiyuki Tomino?
Hayao Miyazaki is coming back, and he just can't get out of the spotlight. We all thought he was done, but ladies and gentlemen, he's back.
Why
But,
am I always right about things I don't want to be right about?
He is.
Why would you not want to be right about that? It's Miyazaki. What's not to love?
Here is what needs to happen with Miyazaki. Miyazaki and Yoshiyuki Tomino, both in their 70s, just need to have a talk show where they both just rant and gripe about the young generation, because they're both just grumpy old men now. I think that would be great television.
You know, I'd actually watch that.
Although I'll just shut up because I'm actually enjoying G-Reco, so I'm just gonna shut up.
This sumbit is driving me crazy. I knew he was going to do this. I knew the second time. I'm retiring. I'm like, no, you're not. You're going to come back.
No,
You're gonna
he's
come back.
not.
You did this. He did this before, and he always does it for like some petty little reason. Like last time he did, I'm leaving, and then his son is getting buzzed. What? My son can't get buzzed. I'm the one with the buzz, and then he comes back. And now it's like, oh, Miyazaki. Oh, well, Hideki Anno might be the next Miyazaki. What? No!
Oh, no.
And then he's got to come back again.
Okay, well, on that point, I'm glad it wasn't Hideaki Anno. In that case, good. Thank you for coming back, Miyazaki. Thank you. We don't need that guy in charge of anything.
Well, you know what though?
Not if he's not on his meds, at least.
You know what though? I mean, Miyazaki was the one who said that Anno was probably going to be the next him, which says something that he says that, and then people are agreeing with him. It's like, wait, you weren't supposed to say yes.
I'm not saying yes to that. I don't want that dude being
Trust
that
me.
guy.
I don't either. But oh my god, like every fucking time he leaves and then someone else is getting buzzed, he has to come back. He's the
They
worst.
keep pulling me back in.
He's like, I don't even know. I don't even know how to make fun of him properly. I just want to hit him in the head with a rock.
So yeah, so that's happening with Hayao Miyazaki, and to kind of elaborate,
Looks like he goes, me.
to elaborate on the actual
Kids and the
article,
iPads.
To elaborate on the actual article, he is going to be focusing on short films. So he's technically retired from feature films because he feels it's too much work for him to do and too much pressure for it to make money. So he's going to focus on making short films that will be played in his museum, in the Ghibli
I think we
Museum.
can quantify this as a Jay-Z retirement. I give it 5 years.
Well, anything to keep him away, like anything he can do to stay away from his family, I guess he'll do it.
Wait, no. I qualify this as a Manny Pacquiao retirement. Because Manny Pacquiao, he's quit doing boxing now, and now he's playing basketball with Filipinos.
I thought he
other
was running for political office. Wasn't he running for political office?
He did that already. He already did that. In his wife's province, he was. I'm half Filipino. I know what's going on with him, man. But like, yeah, he already did that. But now he's doing basketball. Oh my god, I saw some pictures. I was like, man, you are the shortest guy out there. What are you doing? You're a boxer, not a basketball player.
Did you learn nothing from Little Mac in Smash Brothers? Boxers can't jump worth shit.
That don't matter when you're little man. You know, that doesn't even matter.
It does when you're off the stage.
So what you're saying is Manny Pacquiao should get green boxing trunks and green gloves.
And fight
Everything
King
will be okay.
Hippo.
Fight King Hippo?
Yes, Manny Pacquiao versus King Hippo.
I like it. What's Brodus Clay doing these days?
It's like knocked out in 1 second.
That brings us to actual topic suggestion that we got on Twitter from Amon81, and he or she says, "I'd be interested to hear what you think of 80s and 90s anime. Some of my favorites are from that era. What are yours from then?" Hashtag A3K. So I know a few of you in here aren't huge on older anime series, but for those of you that are, all right. So we'll get started with JD since she's live and center. What are some of your standouts from the 80s and 90s?
Well, I mean, besides Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, I really liked not Rurouni Kenshin. I mean, I love Rurouni Kenshin, but Ronin Warriors. Do you guys remember that one?
Yeah.
Your armor, Ryu of the wildfire.
Powers in the armor.
Yeah, I had like,
Dynasty.
and that was one of the times where my family, we still had this little ass analog, like black and white, like turn the dial, like TVs. So in the morning time, we would, like, before school, we'd watch this, and then Ronin Warriors, and you hear my mom going, "Stop watching Ronin Warriors! Come on, we have to go to school!" I'm like, oh, okay. And then come back and still watch, like, the Ronin Warriors.
Quake with fear!
I am rock Russia!
I like that Nubis kept his obvious bad guy voice when he became a good guy. He comes back as a talks like this.
Oh, no. Can we all agree the quickest attack was Super Wave Smasher? The heck is that?
Perception.
Wow.
Ronin Warriors. Yes, that's the
Warriors.
throwback right there.
Ronin Warriors was the jam, no doubt about it.
Yes. Can we just all just say that? Ronin Warriors. Bam.
Probably doesn't
Ronin
hold
Warriors
up
was the
to
jam.
great day.
Sage was an Xbox fan. He had the armor of Halo.
That was my favorite character, actually.
Sage of the Halo.
He just sounded fancy. Even just his name. He had the blue hair guy. Sage North, he was green or whatever. Sage of the Halo.
That's about as Bishonen as you get. That's pretty Bishonen.
Yeah, I think that's probably why I liked him. So, when I was a kid.
The whole thing, though, was when Ryo first got the armor of Inferno. He didn't want to attack them because they were inside of Toppa's armor. And he broke down like, "Don't make me, please!" And he was all knock-kneed, looking wimpy. I'm like, that is the wimpiest thing ever. They made him knock-kneed. He was holding his sword like, I'm like, dude, kids were like, forget about us, save the world, kill him.
Nice. Any other standouts from the 80s and 90s, folks?
Well, I mean, I think there's one little title that it's easy to forget came out in the 90s because it's so brilliant and timeless that it's easy to forget that it's old because it's so perfectly made. I speak, of course, of a little title by the name of Cowboy Bebop.
I knew you
I'm
would.
sorry, I'm not familiar with it. Not familiar.
Oh, it's a little indie title. You might not have heard of those. That's the thing. It's kind of under the radar.
Is that overrated?
That does count as not.
No.
Not as
Is
overrated.
that one where the three characters go on wacky adventures that they have every few years? Is that the one?
No, I think you're talking about Naruto again.
Maybe.
Talk about 90s, 80s anime. I'm pretty sure Yu Yu Hakusho falls in the 90s bracket.
Oh, yeah.
And if there was no Yu Yu Hakusho, we would not have Hunter x Hunter.
Roaming in
I don't
the town, in a faceless crowd, I wanna feel the touch of a friend. In the countryside, I wander far and wide.
Hold up.
Everybody just cuts off right.
That is a karaoke song of mine. It is in my karaoke repertoire, and I'm not ashamed.
Yes.
I'm not ashamed that Lupin the Third was one of my favorites, since we were just talking about Hayao Miyazaki.
But isn't that 70s?
I would say that's 70s.
Yeah.
Technically it's 80s. Technically it's 80s.
Well, if we're talking about Castle Cagliostro, fuck that noise. But if we're talking about red shirt, red jacket, then I'm on board.
Yes.
Original manga, which I have some of.
Nice. Any other shows? Because all those shows still seem contemporary.
I will say, for me personally,
Movies were awesome.
being the Gundam fan that I am, I have to show some love for the Universal Century. Of course, the original Mobile Suit Gundam 0079. Its sequel, Zeta Gundam, and Double Zeta, I guess. But, yes, the original Universal Century Mobile Suit Gundam started in 1979, went all the way up to Char's counterattack, where we all found out that Char has serious mommy issues. But, yeah. G? Yeah. G Gundam's alright. I have no problem admitting I like G Gundam too.
Hey, if there's anybody that doesn't like G Gundam, they should have a problem admitting that, because that means they don't have a goddamn soul.
Thank you, Cody Bear.
I like Chibbity's Rocket.
I knew.
Gundam was the weak entry. I like Chibbity, that's it.
Super Asia! It is so nice to finally meet you. So nice to meet you. G Gundam, thank you.
Did you say G Gundam was the weak entry?
I said it was one of the weak entries. G Gundam.
G Gundam is so. If you watch
Okay,
it,
here's the
like,
thing. Action-wise, but story-wise, it was pathetic. It was just a big tournament, and Dark Gundam and Master Asia, story-wise, it just...
There will be no disrespecting of Master Asia. You will not disrespect
don't get me
the
wrong.
the East.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love G Gundam, and I would watch that over a lot of other anime, but it's one of the weakest in the Gundam series.
G Gundam had a German
Even-
ninja, a French Gundam that looked like Napoleon, and the Neo-Mexico space colony was a giant sombrero.
It had a Neo-Sweden Gundam that looked like a Sailor Scout.
You're missing what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is even Gundam's weakest is better than a lot of other anime. So even though it's the weakest entry in the series, it's still better than a lot of other anime.
I wouldn't even
ask you
say it's
this.
the weakest.
Gundam
It's not the
Seed
weakest.
or G Gundam, Frank? Gundam Seed or G Gundam?
Seed Destiny. Destiny's the bad one.
I mean, my favorite was Gundam Wing, but I'd pick Seed over G Gundam.
I would pick Seed over G Gundam, but not Seed Destiny. Seed Destiny, don't watch it. Just don't. Just don't.
As long as you're not doing that Gundam Superior Defender crap, that Gundam SD.
No,
God,
no. We don't talk about SD. We don't talk about SD.
SD's just for kids. That's like saying, like, oh, fuck Barney the dinosaur.
Yes! Fuck Barney the dinosaur. Purple motherfucker.
Go around here with his love and friendship.
I don't love you, Barney. Fuck Baby Bop 2.
Yeah. Or like saying fuck Yo Gabba Gabba. It's a kid's show. How can you muster feelings? It's like it's Gundam for little kids. They watch the SD Gundam when they're 5, and then they move on to regular Gundam when they're 15.
Hopefully.
Wow.
They have any taste.
That's usually how it goes.
That's 80s anime to mention. I think it's 80s. Speed Racer. Those horrible bad.
Speed Racer is
You said that the dub is horrible. The dub is horrible. The dub is horrible. I'm telling you right now. The dub is not to be done.
Oh!
Haha, Cody, you're talking fast. Haha, baby, stop.
Oh!
Oh.
Oh!
What are you going to
But
do?
yeah, 90s had the best movies because they had Akira, they had Ninja Scroll, they had whatever the one was with the silver hair. They had the best anime movies, I feel.
Akira and Ninja Scroll are awesome when you're 15. They're great.
I feel weird with the idea that 90s anime
I was
is now
15
old
around
school.
the time.
Sean, I think you
No, I was 13 at the
men
time.
of this. Sean, I think you and I are the old men here, but is it weird hearing that 90s anime could be called old school now? It's weird.
Yeah, it is kind of disheartening. But then again,
It's
you're
weird.
an anime is a little different though because you're only as old as when you got into anime. Like I'm not, although I'm on the older end of
And
the
I'm really old.
I'm not like Macross Robotech old. Like I'm
just about that old.
I'm Toonami old. Like that's when I jumped in and I worked my way back.
I'm just about Transformers Gen 1 old.
Did you like?
I remember Voltron when
What?
I was younger, so.
Oh, Voltron. Oh, I love that series.
I got one for you.
I never liked Voltron growing up. I was always the
Voltron's
person.
hilarious. Most people don't know. If you go back and watch it, it's the funniest thing. One of my
It's
favorite moments of
so
Voltron.
wonderful.
Cracked me the fuck up. Okay, they got the villains. They got the one guy that's voiced by King Koopa. Swear to God, same guy who plays King Koopa in Mario cartoon. Same voice. And he's got like the son, like the evil prince. I don't remember what his prince's name was. But like he's always like super in love with the princess of the good people. And the bad guy and the evil prince are, I don't know what it was, some coliseum at some other alien civilization or whatever. And the dialogue, keep in mind, is going a mile a minute, so there's no breaks in the scene. So like he's wooing the princess of this other civilization, and she looks identical to the princess he's into. And he literally just starts saying things like, "Oh, come with me, and we'll do this thing." Okay, and then he's take away. You look just like Princess, whatever her name is. Like, just throws that out there as they're walking out. Like, you look exactly like this other girl I'm into. You're a player. You are the Mac Daddy. So I cracked the fuck up because he just dropped it. This mile-a-minute conversation with no breaks, and it ends it with that. Like, you look just like Princess, whatever.
Zero punctuation in the TV show.
It's like, did he just do? What the fuck kind of line was that?
And
gonna
I
try
guess
that
with
line.
I guess with that being said, we're going to wrap things up, and we're going to go to the takeaway section of the show. So, starting with Cody, what is your takeaway for this podcast?
Well, I usually like to keep mine at the end because of my whole album of the week thing, but sure, I'll start it off. Takeaway, of course, other side coming back from break now that I'm not sick anymore. Come back with the Avatar franchise, followed by we're going to check in with my co-host Andrew Erickson. We had a running thing where we challenged people to send him horrible games on Steam, and many people took up that challenge. So now it's going to come full circle, and we're going to see what he's been doing, and we're going to share in his pain. Cloud Scratcher, of course, actually going to be going on hiatus. Actually, by the time this episode is on the website, it'll have gone on hiatus. The very next update that I'm updating the site with will be the final one of episode 2, and after that, I'm going to be taking a break until January next year to get the book ready and get some other stuff out of the way. So if anybody wants to catch up and see what the hell this Cloud Scratcher thing is I keep going on about, this is the perfect time. Go check it out. Other than that, as you folks may know, but you may have forgotten because I've been on for a while, every week I give you, since I am such a music freak, I help you all exposed to some new stuff. So I give you all an album of the week to check out. I've been doing this for a while now, but again, always a new listener. This week, I'm recommending Welcome to Strangeland for Tech Nine collabos. I've gone on about Tech Nine a bunch before in my podcast, even mentioned a bit here, one of the greatest rappers of the game, period. We'll kind of occasionally do these things called Tech Nine collabos albums, which is basically collaborative albums. Welcome to Strangeland is notable because the theme of that collaboration, it was everyone on his Strange Music label. And the Strange Music label is basically Tech Nine went and gathered all the best rappers of the Midwest, and I do mean the best, and put them all into one label. So if anyone wants to be introduced to this myriad of amazing artists, this is the album to do it. There is not a bad song in this album. There's not even an okay song in this album. It's a hit, one after another, ending with a fantastic song called Gods that I can't even talk about without going on and on about how good it is. It's an incredible album that will introduce you to a swath of artists you've never heard before, but you'll never stop listening to after you hear them. You're not just getting one good artist that you might not be familiar with, you're getting like 10, 15. It's an amazing album. Check it out. Welcome to Strangeland, Tech Nine collabos, Cody Byers' album of the week.
All right. And next we have David Majors.
Okay, guys. Now, I know I'm new to the whole A3K network. I'm the new guy. I'm the noob. You probably shouldn't listen to me. But I'm bringing my mic up close, and I want you to listen to me on this. What I'm about to say is very real and very serious. It's going to be crazy. You're going to hear this, and you're going to think that I'm absolutely insane. But just listen to me on this. Sonic Boom was actually funny. It debuted on Cartoon Network.
It looks funny.
I watched it, and yes, I admit I'm kind of a lifelong Sonic the Hedgehog fanboy, so I've survived the Dark Ages. But Sonic Boom was actually pretty good. If you can watch it on Cartoon Networks on Saturday mornings, do it. If you can DVR it, do it. Sonic Boom was actually okay.
I somehow missed it.
I know, but just really, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I promise.
All right.
I had my suspicion after seeing the trailer that it did look like it might actually be entertaining, and it's glad to see that it actually was.
All right, JD.
Well, I'm working on the next Manga Corner episode, and the next Manga Corner episode is going to be very special because I'm actually combining motion comics with my podcast. So you'll get to see, like, not just what I can do as artist, but also have a new Manga Corner format. So yeah, really, like, it's really awesome. Like, it's really fun learning something new online. So yeah. Maybe.
So is it gonna be a video, or is it gonna be a link to something?
No, it's actually it's like a video, but motion comics, they are comics but they're moving, motion comics. And I actually have you can listen to the podcast and see the visual for the podcast. So it's kind of like a movie but not quite. I don't say that's quite true. So yeah, that'll be probably up this month. Maybe. So.
All right. Cool. And Frankie Max.
Well, I'm of course gonna continue to drool over these HD pictures of Jigglypuff and Smash Bros. And then I'm gonna get my YouTube account back up and running, starting with a couple of Let's Plays and some more of those how to date no taco tips that people keep asking me to put out more of. So until next
Oh,
time,
wait,
this
we
is
can actually
April
plug stuff we're doing.
Callers, and be you, be true, be human.
That was the point, dude.
Go ahead.
day.
We have time. We have time, David. You can plug what you're doing.
Okay, DeltaJulietMike.com. We just got done with an episode of the Fanny Pack Wrestling Podcast where we talked about New Japan Pro Wrestling, the large, mega huge Japanese wrestling promotion where we just covered their King of Pro Wrestling pay-per-view event. It was awesome. You can check it out on the YouTubes at rebelli.net or just look for Fanny Pack Wrestling.
Nice. And then that leads to me, and like Cody talks about a music thing, I'm going to talk about some trashy television thing that I'm going to recommend. And right now, I'm marathoning this trashy show on Netflix called The Last 24. And I don't know if you know what that is. It's pretty much they go over the last 24 hours of a dead musician, artist, popular pop culture figure. So the last one I just watched was Anna Nicole Smith. Some others were Marvin Gaye, John Belushi, Sid Vicious. So pretty much just it's a documentary, but they have reenactments, so it's very interesting. So I definitely recommend you check that out. I think there's like 12 episodes. They're all on Netflix. You can just marathon through them, and they're about 45 minutes to an hour long. So that's what I recommend. And Anime 3000, of course, check that out. We have some new things that are coming up. Obviously, you're checking out the podcast. This is, I want to say, our 4th podcast, our video podcast. So we thank you for checking us out. I want to thank everybody on the panel right now for spending their Saturday night with us. And then to those of you that have stuck with us throughout, and I've been following the people who have been viewing, thank you. And those of you who are watching it on demand after the time that this went live, thank you as well. Make sure you guys leave some feedback. Let us know what you like. And we'll see you next time.
Yow!
Let me just hold this.
HD.
Jigglypuff.